In 2012, I made a false claim that the BrailleNote mPower used Chorium as its sound font. Yes, I actually said that in my first ever podcast. It was on soulmeyer.com, which is a MIDI to MP3 conversion website. That is still up, by the way. And I recorded it on my BrailleNote Apex, the podcast that is. And, well, I thought, I could convert sound fonts to DLS and vice versa. Wouldn't it be fun to convert Chorium.sf2 into a DLS and actually load that on the BrailleNote mPower? Well, that's what we're going to do today, because it's fun, and I'm bored. So, let's actually do that. Just going to plug a thumb drive into my computer so I can... Actually, I'm going to plug it into the back of my mechanical keyboard, which I also still have. I now have an IBM Model USB Model M keyboard. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to load the SF2 into a Wave Studio, because I just copied it over to
local disk E items view list Uber 2000 a Wave Studio.x5 installation a Wave Studio v10.1 dialog register play audio and convert commands in the Windows shell no button alt plus N local disk E a Wave Studio v10.1.
So we're going to open the sound font.
Open new file. Uber 2000 date modify folder local disk D folder view list other stuff full school arts and SF sound fonts date folder view list
and
candy set dot choco mix dot Chorium.sf2
my various sound font files. We're going to load this. And it's just taking its time.
Pane. File submenu alt plus F. Chorium. Files. Chorium.sf2.
And it finally loaded.
Save collection Chorium by open.
We're going to save this.
Folder view list. Tool save property save in. Combo box sound fonts collapse alt plus A toolbar. Folder view header and file name. Save as type. Combo box 404 new and DS4. Starlord DLS downloadable sounds level 1 440.
We're going to save as DLS level 1 because Direct Music on Windows CE cannot support level 2.
Save collection Chorium by open world as dialog data form cancel button. Save button alt plus S. A Wave Studio dialog. The collection contains instruments with more regions than what is allowed by the DLS level 1 specification. Do you want to write all regions anyway? If you answer no, then some regions will be skipped. Yes button alt plus no button. Yes button no. Yes button alt plus Y.
Yes, why not?
Chorium by openworld.dls a Wave Studio.
Now
Local disk E.
We're going to
Audacity. Run dialog. Type the name of a program, folder, document, or internet resource, and Windows will open it for you. Open. Combo box collapsed. Edit alt plus O selected E.
just copy the DLS.
Select local others items soundfont winstrams.s 4 candy set choco Chorium by openworld.dls 14 of 39. Audacity run select removable disk 0%. Unavailable. Removable status bar stat Audacity track view.
So let's just remove this thumb drive. And we're going to plug it into the BrailleNote. I'll first turn the BrailleNote on.
Main menu.
Plug this in. Assuming it will do something.
Please wait. Hard disk removed. Hard disk removed.
Okay.
Drive.
So
drive. Press enter. Hard disk list of folder.
So basically, I'm going to just copy the sound font.
Exit. Chorium biopanel.dls.
Or DLS rather. Let's actually see how big this is.
DLS. Size 27.64 megabytes.
Yes, we're going to copy a 27 megabyte DLS file onto this BrailleNote. And we're going to wait. It's copying the file. It's very fast. This is the fastest file copy operation I've ever seen. Still copying. This is so fast, isn't it? Thing is, modern computers don't copy files this fast. I don't get it. Like, this is so fast, and like my computer copies files so slowly compared to this. Sarcasm is great. Still copying. This is great. "10 years later, it finishes copying." Or how about this? 10 years later, still copying. A century later,
One file copied.
well, yeah, a century later, it copied. But what I was going to say is, okay, a decade later, still copying. A century later, still copying. A millennium later, it finishes copying. Anyway, okay, yeah, anyway, okay. Now,
Main map. Right flash. Wind. List of winds.
now I'm just going to move this.
General. One file. List of file.
That file, if you're wondering, was the uncompressed version of WinCEGM.dls in DLS Level 1 format, which you can get from my website in a zip file called WinCEGML1.zip. So if you're on an mPower and you want a slightly less buggy version of the WinCEGM sound set, you just put this file in your Windows folder on your flash disk, and you're all set to go. It's about 5 megs. Well, the compressed file was like almost 500K, so the file is literally 10 times larger.
Chorium biopanel.dls.
Now, okay.
No name or port. B. Winds underline. GM winds.
So, let's just play MIDI here.
MIDI.
So, basically,
Future.
this is the mPower's default sound set. This is what I said Chorium sounds like. Listen to this.
About 32.
Yeah, this is what I said Chorium sounds like. Nowhere close, because Chorium was made after this sound set. This sound set was made in 1999, and Chorium was made in 03 and updated in 06. Anyway. Okay, anyway. Now let's press reset. I like that sound that Jonathan Mosen composed. Yes, he composed that sound in 2005 with SoundForge 7. Specifically, May 29th of 2005. I know all this because of the metadata in the WAV file. And as of right now, this extremely small DLS file that we copied over is actually being copied into ROM, or Keysoft System Disk. That was 27 megs. That's not small. That was sarcasm again.
21. System files have been updated. Press reset.
So, we could just escape out of this, or space with the...
Exit. Main menu.
And now, let's play the same MIDI.
File master.
YouTube now. Racial channel threatens to strike. He isn't allowed to strike. Recommended. David Pacman Show.
List of files in
Oh,
MIDI folder.
great.
Grab view
Whatever,
file.
like,
Animusic.
yeah. We live in a crazy world these days, so these kinds of projects, like, keep me occupied, and hopefully you guys watching will agree, because like, I don't even know what to think about politics these days. Anyway, let's play this and let's see what happens if it even loads. Oh, yeah, that actually loaded quickly? That's okay. Let's just see what this does. Let's see how this sounds. This doesn't sound nearly as good as base MIDI, which is what Coolsoft Virtual MIDI Synth uses. But whatever. I did it. And I think you're hearing some aliasing caused by conversion,
Volume 32.
from because basically what's happening is it's rendering everything at 22K. Let's see what happens if I turn the volume on the mixer. Okay, that's a bit much. Anyway, so it actually, let's just turn this down a little bit on the BrailleNote side because
Options next. Virtual memory free, 33%. Physical memory free, 52%. P-Soft system disk free, 9%.
yes,
Total physical memory, 32,064K. P-Soft system disk size, 31,992K. Support information mode, exit, options menu. Exit.
this actually is, I mean, this doesn't sound nearly as good as Virtual MIDI Synth or anything like that, but I mean, it worked. Yeah, I think there are like some choir samples in here, and DLS only support like what, mono samples. So obviously there are some. It doesn't support stereo samples, but it supports stereo panning because the hi-hats are panned to the right. So that's why you hear that way. Yeah, like you can hear, like that is supposed to be stereo. And what I'll actually do is Omni MIDI on my computer, so I'll load this MIDI file into a MIDI player and play it through Omni MIDI with Chorium. And I've disabled effects because, like, why not? I kind of like hearing MIDI without effects rendering sometimes, so because right now I have it configured with WinCEGM.sf2 with no effects, linear interpolation, sort of sample mixing, and running at 44 kilohertz. And you can obviously hear, like, the voice stealing in action, like with that hi-hat over to the right. Subsequent, notes are causing the other ones to be cut off. Okay, now let's
Folder view list. That's open. Draw OP Omni MIDI. Omni MIDI sound selected. Soundly add removes rest. Adds rest. Open. Items candy set. Chorium. Candy set. Black there. Can't show. Diet candy. Chorium. SF214. Omni MIDI. Audacity. Audacity. Folder MIDI player 11. MIDI. Open 01 of. Open. Items view list. Name split button. Animators not selected. 1 of 100. Future retro MIDI player. Fact up slave MIDI. My Omni MIDI 04 of 9. MIDI. Fact play P1 of 3.
play this.
MIDI player.
that actually has like stereo synth samples. So far, it sounds significantly better. Yep, there are those stereo choir samples in the background. Yes, you could definitely hear it there. Can't really hear any voice stealing going on. That's great. So yeah, that is Chorium.sf2 played through OmniMidi, which uses bass MIDI as its synth
File submit
library.
MIDI. Audacity.
So, I hope you enjoyed this little thing where I made a false claim that I made in 2012 somewhat a reality. I mean, you need a nearly 28 meg DLS file in order to accomplish this. And, yeah, it has actually worked. And, you got to see my raw reaction to this. This is really interesting to do this, because I was like, well, let's just see if it's possible, because I'm bored. And I thought, I'll just make a video of me doing it, because it's fun. And I have nothing else to do during this stupid pandemic except the online history class that I'm currently taking. So, yeah. Other than, history and my tech projects and talking with friends and eating lots of fast food, that's pretty much what I do these days. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this bit of randomness. I will see you in the next video.